Today I'm going to show you how I made this cute bumblebee bow. This style of bow is great to add on to like a wreath, home decor, gift baskets. So I'm going to start with 5 different ribbons. The first ribbon is just a narrow 5/8 inch width. That's just going to be for the center of the bow, and I cut about 5 or 6 inches. I tie every layer of the bow together with this floral wire. It's like a fabric wrapped wire. And I folded it in half so that there's a loop on one end. First thing I'm going to do is start with the back bottom layer of the bow. I have a 4-inch wide ribbon, and I'm going to measure out about 18 inches for the tail. You can make your tail any length that you want. Then I'm going to decide what size I want my loops for this back layer. It's going to be the biggest layer of the bow. So for this size, I am measuring out about 14 inches. So you're going to lay the ribbon out, and then I'm going to pinch right here and then bring them together. And then I want to do a loop on the other side, and I want it to be the same. So I'm going to measure out 14 inches, pinch the ribbon, and then bring it back to the center. So you'll have 2 loops and 2 tails. Now I'm going to take the wire, and I folded the wire in half. The side that has the little loop right here, I'm going to hold with my thumb, and I'm going to grab the ends of the wire, go around the bow and through that little loop so it's tightened like a slip knot. And then I am going to do a little knot with the wire, and I'm going to leave it like on the top of this layer. That way each additional layer of the bow I make, I can just add directly onto this and just use the same wire to tie it on. So I'm going to pull that tight. And like I said, the knot is on the top of the layer, the front side. I'm going to cut the tail. And then we're going to go on to the next ribbon. I have a 1.5 inch yellow ribbon, and I'm going to measure out the same length for the tail. So I'm going to measure out 18 inches. I'm going to pinch it. Now I'm going to do the loops. For this layer of the bow, I'm going to do 2 loops on each side. So I'm going to kind of lay it out. I want this layer to be a little bit smaller of a loop. So we are going to measure it out. It's about 12 inches long. Measure out another 12 inches. And then I'm going to do another loop. And I'm just pinching it and then bringing it together and just holding it with my right hand. And this one I'm going to loop up and over and have a long tail coming out the other side. So I'm going to bring it over, hold it with my hand. So I have 2 loops on each side and 2 tails. And I'm going to take this layer and I'm going to add it right on top of the bumblebee ribbon, and I'm going to use the same wire to just double knot it, tie it on. I'm going to cut the tails. And then we are going to move on to the next ribbon. For the next layer, I have another 1.5 inch width tan, like natural colored ribbon. And for this layer, I'm going to do 1 loop on each side. So I'm going to measure out the same length for the tail. I'm going to pinch. I'm going to measure out the 12 inches because I want the loop size to be the same as the yellow ribbon. It's going to go right in the middle like this. Measure out another 12 inches. And then I'm just going to add it right on top of that last layer, and I'm going to use the same wire to tie it on. And cut the end of the ribbon. Now we're going to go to the last ribbon. I have a cute 1.5 inch bumblebee ribbon. I'm going to measure out my tail. I'm going to pinch. And this layer is going to have 2 loops on each side. So I'm going to hold it up to this layer and just make the loops a little bit smaller. So about 10 inches. So you have your tail, loop. Now I'm gonna do another loop. And there's a right side and a wrong side of ribbon. So sometimes I twist it so that as I make the loop, the right side of the ribbon is always showing. And like I said, these loops I measured out 10 inches for each loop. And do the last loop on this side. And as I pinch it, I'm going to twist the ribbon that's going to be the tail. That way the right side of the ribbon is showing for the bow. That's the good thing about using wired ribbon. You can twist it and bend it however you want. And we're just going to add this onto the bow. Cut the tail. And the next step's going to be adding that little 5/8 inch width ribbon around the center to cover the wire. But since the wire is coming out the top of the bow, like the front of the bow, I'm going to be wrapping the wire around to the back and doing a real good like double knot. So bring the wire to the back. And I usually smash the layers really tight together and give it a real nice snug double knot. And I leave this wire on, I don't cut it, and I have one piece going out each side so that when I add the ribbon around the center, I'll have one piece of wire going out each side of it. That way you can use it to attach onto whatever project you're working on. So just gonna wrap the center ribbon around and get it nice and snug. You want it nice and tight. And then I cut the excess length of the ribbon and I just leave about a 1/2 inch. And I'm gonna use my hot glue gun and I'm gonna glue down each of the flaps just right on top of where that knot was tied. So I'm going to push that down, let it dry really good. You can kind of fluff up your loops. Again, that's why we use wired ribbon. That way you can kind of shape it. And then we are gonna be cutting the ends of the tails next. I usually do a little dove cut. So it's like a little V shape. If the ends of your ribbon are uneven, you could cut them just to make a good clean cut. So I usually fold it in half and I cut at an angle. And like I said, you can make the length of the tail as long as you want. You might want shorter tails, you might want longer. These ones were 18 inches long. Now, depending on what you plan on using the bow for, you can do different things with the tails. Like sometimes I curl my tails. Like if they're going on a wreath and there's florals and lots of stuff going on, sometimes I'll curl it, or sometimes I roll it up so it stays like shorter. You can also add little bends and curves so it makes it like a rippled look if you want it just kind of wavy. So there's that curled up. And this is if you just want it to hang down and just have a little bit of wave to it. But yeah, you can do whatever style you want. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I have tons of different videos. I'm going to be making a lot of different styles of bows in the upcoming future, hopefully. So subscribe to my channel so you don't miss them. Thanks for watching.